Good morning, everyone. It's Leslie from Health Through Yoga, and we're going to do a little retention breathing this morning with a little bit of movement. So I am sitting in my meditation chair that I like to sit in, that is back in a little corner, and I'm surrounded by, I've got a picture of my family over here on my right with some of my devotional books and my Bible here. I've got a little Easter setting going on over here. With my little Easter bunny and my Easter basket, which is cute. Though for me, Easter's about Jesus and that he is risen. And I've been asking everyone to rise up in their consciousness or resurrect themselves into new thought and new words and new actions. And I know sometimes we fall a little short of that just because life catches up and we get into the humanness. Even me, myself, I have tendencies every once in a while to fall short as a spiritual being. And part of that's coming for me at this time because I am not at my studio. I am not seeing my friends. I am not seeing my family, which are my yoga students that live here in Pittsburgh that I'm close to. I'm not getting to hug, embrace, engage. I live alone. I have my cats, which is wonderful. But I've been serving my purposes of which I feel that God has wanted me to serve. And right now, I'm not doing that the same way. I'm finding new ways to do this. And sometimes that just sort of wears on you when there's nobody to talk to, or I'm on the phone all the time, or I am on the computer because, again, I love technology, but it doesn't have life. It doesn't have energy. And so my mornings are so important to me to connect energetically to my heart, to God, to consciousness, and to my breath. So we're going to use this time to connect to our breath and that energy, which helps us connect to each other. And then just some little like kundalini type movements. Kundalini is another form or type of yoga. There are 4 types. There's Hatha yoga, Iyengar yoga, Kundalini yoga, and Ashtanga yoga. All of the other forms of yoga are just sort of extensions of those 4 existing types. So the Kundalini is a little bit more energy work. It gets inside of you. We kind of move things up in our abdomen. So I'm going to start by removing my glasses. And I also do not put my hair up at this time. Sometimes I do, but it's nice not to have any distractions whatsoever or any disturbances. So I'm sitting in my chair, but I'm sitting upright. And I'm not leaning back. This is leaning back in my chair, and I want my back to be away. For some of you, if it helps to put a pillow behind your back, you can take and put a pillow behind your back to help you stay erect in your spine. So I'm going to lower the lids of my eyes. I have my heels underneath my knees. I have my awareness of my navel center over my root. The root is the base of the spine. And I'm drawing attention to the navel center to stack it over the root. And then these are your chakras. I'm going from the navel over the root to my solar plexus over my navel to my heart over my solar plexus. From my heart to my throat center over my heart, my mind's eye over my throat, and my crown over my mind's eye. So get this feeling of straightness. My front body is ascending, lifting up. My back body is descending, drawing down. My side body is extended so that my ribs are up off of my pelvis. My shoulders are back and down, and they're over my hips, so I'm not leaning forward as I sit my energy right into my sits bones, the 2 bones in your buttock, and that energy is equal and even. So I know sometimes people who have some sciatica, they have a tendency to lean to the side because of the discomfort there. Get grounded there. go ahead, go for it. Just do your best to sit equal and even. I'm placing my hands on my thighs, and you can go palms up or palms down. The way I usually say it is if you have energy to spare, if you're anxious, open those palms up, give it away. Get it out. If you're low on energy, feeling tired, turn your palms down and keep and save your own energy. You can connect your index finger to your thumb. And I think of that as a circle of energy, no beginning, no end. Just energy. And I'm going to relax the muscles of my face and make sure my tongue is out of the roof of my mouth. And I begin to listen to the sound of my breath at the back of my throat as I just drop the back of the tongue down and create what we call the ocean breath. I'm going to take my time. I'm letting the breath leave my lungs, go into my belly. Let my belly fill with air, front, sides, and back. And as I exhale, let that air empty from my belly and that old stale air return to my lungs. In with the new, out with the old. I'm creating the sound so it captures my attention. And it's just enough that I can hear it. As I work on it being consistent and flowing, even and equal on inhale and exhale. And not too fiery. Some students, pardon me, have a tendency to push that exhale out, and that makes it fiery. And they do that because they're anxious, exhausted, frustrated. We're not going to create the fire. We're going to relax our breathing. I'm going to let the gaze of my eyes with my lids lowered go right into this point of the mind's eye space. And I'm letting my heart meet the space of the mind's eye and let the mind's eye meet the heart space to keep me turned in. So though I may hear sounds around me, I put them in my container. It's part of this moment. Sometimes I might even feel my cat come and rub against my legs. Again, it's all part of the moment. A thought might come. It's all part of the moment. I'm not trying to empty my brain or my mind, and we're not going to be meditating, which doesn't mean emptying your mind either. It just means being present here. But we're going to focus on breathing. And today in retention breath, to retain means to hold, to pause. And in that retention, in that moment of pause, I'm going to not no inhale or exhale, but I'm going to know just the moment of nothing. No inhale or no exhale. The stillness within me, even if there's sounds around me, like I can hear the birds chirping outside, again, part of the moment. So in our retention breathing, we think of 3 numbers. The first number is your inhale. The second number is your retention. And your third number is the exhale. Sometimes we can keep them all even. So let's start with that, because that might just help you get into this rhythm, this movement, this flow. So let's do a 4-4-4. We'll inhale for 4, we'll pause and count 4, and we'll exhale for 4. And all of those have to be the same tempo. You can't speed up because you feel like you're panicking a little bit. You won't. Just relax and keep the tempo the same. So what we start with, we continue. And if you decide you want to slow it down, you can even do that. But the tempo's the same on inhale as pause as exhale. So I'm going to take a deep breath to start, in through the nose and out of the mouth. And begin my 4-4-4 retention breathing. I'm inhaling the 4, pausing for the 4, exhaling the 4. Trying to keep it all even and consistent. When I pause, I do not bring the tongue up and lock up the throat. Keep it relaxed. Back of the throat remains open the whole time. I'm slowing mine down now. It's available to me to slow down. So you kind of get the idea here. I can change my numbers. I'm going to do a 4-count inhale. I'm going to do a 6-count pause, and I'm going to do an 8-count exhale. So I'm doing 4, 6, and 8, and I'm increasing a lot because I can. Again, not changing the rhythm or the tempo. So I'm going to inhale 4, pause 6, exhale 8. Inhale, pause, exhale. Inhale, pause, exhale. And continue. This is teaching me patience, slowing down. You know, you have to take a larger inhale to get you through the middle and the end. just brings a sense of calm and quieting and slowing down. And you can do this for as long as you want. I'm going to just do one more for today. At the end of that 8 count, I'm just going to take a deep breath. Let it go. So I have this sense and this feeling of just more quiet and stillness during this time. Okay? From there, if you remember the old-fashioned coffee grinders, do you remember the old-fashioned coffee grinders? I'm just going to start moving my stomach around with my breath. I come forward, almost like I'm doing cat stretch. I'm tilting my pelvis forward, and that's going to be my inhale. And as I come around to the left and now go back, exhale like I'm doing cat. Come around and do cow. And all this work is in my belly, through my waist. Exhale, going back. Inhale, come around. Exhale, go back. Inhale, come around. Exhale. So coordinate your movement with your breath. And you just took these long, deep breaths, so you probably have a lot of breath. So go slow. I'm not collapsing my shoulders, but I'm just moving around in my tummy. It's really great on an empty stomach to do these breathing exercises and slow movements. Kundalini yoga just gets into the energy and emotions of your being. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to cry. I'm going to go around the other way now. Exhaling. Inhaling. Moving from my stomach. This is harder for people who are less flexible there, but this is to help create the flexibility. Moving around. And coordinating the breath with the movement. Just enjoying this journey. And then I'm going to come right back to center and I'm going to cat. So I'm going to sit a little bit more forward. And if you remember cat stretch, it's to push back. I'll drop my chin to my chest, shoulders forward, tuck my tailbone. And now inhale, cow. Tilt that tailbone up like a skunk lifting its tail. Exhale, tuck the tail. Fold in half. Exhale, squeeze, inhale. Exhale, I can hold on to the arms of my chair if I want to. Inhale. Back bend, exhale. Inhale. So even if you're working in a chair, sitting on your computers, working online, as so many of you are, great way to just awaken from the pelvis that's just sitting there kind of dead and empty on your chair. Get it awake, get it alive, start moving through that tailbone, that root, those hips, that pelvis, right up into your belly, right into your heart, right into your shoulder blades and shoulders, right into your throat, your thyroid. And a couple more. Exhale. Inhale. And now exhale one last time. Inhale. And exhale to center. And just seat twist to your right. I'm turning again from the belly. And then exhale, seat twist to your left. And inhale, seat twist to the right. And exhale, seat twist to the left. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. And as I come back to center, take a deep breath. And on the exhale of that deep breath, I'm squeezing my shoulders up and rolling my head into my raised shoulders, protecting my neck. Roll, 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 roll those shoulders around. Keep that breathing going. Stretch out your face. And now take those fingers and lace them together and flattening the hands. Turn your palms up. Stretch way up and kind of lean to the right and push that left hip down. And lean to the left. And lean to the right. So this just could be a little chair yoga for you too. For those of you that need to just sit in a chair. Inhale right, exhale left. One more time. And I'm going to come right back to center, and I'm going to hug my knee right towards the chest and take a deep breath. And hug the left knee to the chest and take a deep breath. And I'm going to come right back up to the center with both feet on the floor. And I'm just going to wiggle my fingers. Stretch out my wrists. Work in my elbows. Work in those shoulders. Go down into my toes and wiggle them. And wiggle my ankles. Bend my knees and straighten. Now just let your hands come to your heart. We use the heel of the hand into the heart center. Turn it right in and pull up. Let that skin of your heart pull right on up. I'm spreading my fingers out, stretching them wide. And I'm just taking this moment with my shoulders relaxed, my navel in, my spine tall and straight, and my root grounding down to connect to earth below and heaven above and everything in between. And I know just right here, right now, in this moment, all is well. Thy will be done. And I can just come back to this little practice anytime I want, as often as I want throughout the day, whenever I feel that I just need to get back into my heart, back into my truth, and again, unify back into God, spirit, love, whatever you choose to call it, with my body, with my mind, and with my breath. Namaste. Have a blessed day. Thank you.